Time comes and goes, and so do animated movies. With as many movies being made, a lot get left behind, and never fully completed. Today we're going to look at 5 animated movies that were cancelled, whether they were never picked up or shut down mid-production. We'll examine why these movies never made it to the finish line. Of course, there are many more, so if you like this video and want me to cover more cancelled animated movies, let me know. Without further ado, let's get started. The first movie we're looking at today is called Galaxy Gas, about a boy named Devo, an outcast wanting to find his place in life. Devo's father, Win, owns a gas station called Galaxy Gas, a place where barely anyone stops. At least that's what Devo thought at first. But after an accident forces Devo to pay off some debt, he starts working at Galaxy Gas and quickly discovers that it's not an ordinary gas station, but a refueling station for flying saucers. That's part of an organization protecting Earth from an antagonistic alien race. Being a young man with a knack for fixing things, Devo seems like the perfect fit for Galaxy Gas. With many fun characters to get to know, the movie would have been a coming-of-age sci-fi adventure. Galaxy Gas was set to be a 2D hand-drawn animated movie, with the story originating in 2012 from producer Craig Peck. Kirk Wise, who co-directed Beauty and the Beast, was set to direct alongside Tab Murphy, who worked on other Disney classics such as Tarzan, Atlantis, and The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Despite this veteran team coming together for what could have been a great movie, production never started. The main reason was the inability to secure a distributor and funding, so the film was put on hold. If the opportunity to complete it ever arises, the team is ready. Until then, we can only look at the pitch reel and hope it gets picked up someday. It has the potential to be a great movie, or even a TV series. We'll see what happens in the future. An animated Batman Beyond movie was pitched to Warner Bros. Over 20 years after the original show ended. Co-creator of My Dad the Bounty Hunter, Patrick Harpin, sat down with WB to pitch a reboot as a new film. From the start, the movie was an immediate no, with WB stating that there's absolutely no way we can do a Batman Beyond movie. After outlining the entire film, their stance changed from a no to a maybe. But this was back in 2024, and with WB's current state, even if it had been greenlit, I doubt it would have seen the light of day. They kept pitching their way up WB's hierarchy in hopes of reaching James Gunn and Peter Safran, but as mentioned, given WB's current situation, getting it approved, let alone released, would be difficult. From the concept art, it's clear that it was heavily inspired by Sony's Spider-Verse movies, even sharing artist, Yuki Demers. Personally, I'd love a new Batman Beyond movie in the Spider-Verse style. However, some people dislike the style, citing motion sickness, which is a valid concern. If the movie ever happens, they could tone it down to make it more accessible for people. Chihuahua focused on a Chihuahua who, after discovering his home is in danger, dons a lucha libre mask and becomes the underdog Luchacho. He enters an international fight tournament, competing against eccentric animal fighters from around the world, leading to an epic showdown against the beast known as Chamuco, the Widowmaker. Gabriel Iglesias was set to voice the main character and was very excited for the film. Of course, even looking at the art style of this concept art, the movie was to be directed and co-written by Jorge Gutierrez, known for The Book of Life, El Tigre, and Maya and the Three, the latter being a Netflix series. Chihuahua was also supposed to be a Netflix film until its cancellation. Jorge stated the movie was cancelled due to creative differences, but Netflix has been open to letting him pitch it elsewhere. It's a real shame because this could have been a fantastic movie. I'm a big fan of Jorge's work. The Book of Life is great, and Maya and the Three is an awesome miniseries I highly recommend. Hopefully Jorge can revive this project, whether it's with another streaming service or through an independent distribution. Oh My Gods was a cancelled Blue Sky film. According to its description, leaked with the concept art, the movie would have followed a fox who, after being fired from his job, tries to prove his worth to the other gods to become one of them. Beyond that, little else is known. From the concept art, it appears the story would have centered on a group of characters alongside the fox. My personal guess is that the fox earns their god's respect, but chooses to stay with his newfound friends instead of joining them. Unless the movie is ever made, we'll likely never know for sure though. The cancellation was likely due to Disney shutting down Blue Sky Studios in 2021, around the time this film was being developed. It's a shame, this sounded like an interesting premise, and a fresh take on mythologies put together. Driftwood was set to be a space opera TV film produced by Cartoon Network. with Victor Courtwright, producer of Thundercats Roar and Aquaman King of Atlantis, at the helm. The movie aimed to tell a deeper story than Victor's previous projects. The synopsis reads, in a decaying forest civilization dependent on a toxic fuel source and ruled by an evil organization, Clover, a tiny mouse-like creature, races across the stars to find Driftwood, society's last free city, which may hold the key to a safe and sustainable future. The evil overlord will stop at nothing to eliminate Clover and destroy Driftwood to maintain power. Clover and his new friends Marigold and Caspia must take a stand to stop and save their forest on the edge of infinity. It sounds like it could have been a thrilling sci-fi adventure. Unfortunately, very little art was released, just a single promo image. The movie was cancelled just a few months into production in August of 2022, so it's unclear how much was completed. The reason for cancellation, like many Warner Bros. Projects at the time, the Warner Bros. Discovery merger led to massive cuts, especially in animation. Very few projects survived, and Driftwood being early in production wasn't spared. It's a pity, I was genuinely looking forward to this one. The mysterious stylized 2D animation could have been fantastic, but it's unlikely we'll ever actually see it. My final thoughts about these movies' cancellations are an unfortunate part of the industry, especially in recent years. Some blame the post-pandemic shift, where demand for streaming content plummeted after people returned to a normal life, causing studios to pivot abruptly. We can only hope that some of these projects get revived someday, though for others the journey has long ended. What do you think of these cancelled movies? Do you want any of them to come back? Let me know.